Hello! As you can see, I will be analyzing Alfred Hitchcock's 1946 movie Notorious. I'm going to delve into the cinematic techniques such as mise-en-scène, camera shots, angles and movements, and music, and the effect it has and meaning it creates. I will also be digging into the socio-cultural aspects of his film. We will start by looking at a scene from near the end of the movie where Alexander first finds out that his wife is actually an American spy. The cinematic techniques such as mise-en-scène, the musical score, and camera shots, angles, and movements such as close-ups and pans that are utilized in Alfred Hitchcock's 1946 film Notorious often create intensity in the scenes that I will be analyzing. The camera movements and musical score work together to demonstrate the significance of Alexander finding this bottle of uranium. The pan across the multiple bottles that read 1934 set an expectation and a standard so that when it lands on the bottle with the year 1940, we know that he finds this strange, as he should, as well as creating anticipation. The musical score does a similar thing. It builds louder and more suspenseful as he gets closer to the bottle, as well as afterwards when he discovers that it's filled with uranium. Later in the film, Alexander and his mother try to kill Alicia by poisoning her coffee. Alicia becomes extremely ill and can't explain why, while her coffee cup sits at the foreground of the frame and is the obvious focus of the scene. By doing this, Alfred Hitchcock depicted the coffee as an extremely important object in the scene, even though Alicia thought nothing of it. While they are talking about her illness, it becomes very obvious to the audience that her coffee is poisoned. It becomes painful for us to watch every time she takes a drink, as we know that it is killing her.
I never go near doctors. They always want to cart you off to a hospital.
Maybe you belong in a hospital. Tell me, when did you first feel sick?
Oh, I don't remember. Maybe the party, I think.
I still think a sea trip would be much better for you, darling, than doctors and hospitals. A little cruise somewhere. Maybe Spain. Put the roses back in your cheeks, my sweet.
I don't think so. I don't care much for boats.
We could go together, my dear, if you could bear to leave Alex behind for a few weeks.
I think I prefer Alex to a case of seasickness. I always get seasick.
Now I will be turning my focus to the socio-cultural aspects of the film. Several cultures are depicted as it involves an American spy and a Nazi, all while taking place in Brazil. I will focus mainly on the Brazilian culture that was shown throughout this film. The landscape, scenery, and even the language are reflected of their culture in Brazil. While Alicia and Devlin are flying into Brazil, you see Alicia looking out her window to see the Christ the Redeemer statue. Known as one of the new seven wonders of the world, it is unmistakable and reflects not only the location but the culture of the country as a predominantly Christian country. The language is represented in a small but significant way in this film. The brand of the key to the wine cellar was Única, which is Portuguese for unique. This name clearly reflects the language of Brazil and the culture that they were surrounded by.